Yes, it's that time again.
Wake up and look facts in the face. You have created a monster and it will destroy you.
The 2000th time you've rolled out of bed with your favourite Mick-Mocks.
Family and friends are keeping a bedside vigil.
Turn on your listening ears and adjust the desk to an Emma Friedman appropriate height. Here we go. Please welcome, for the 2000th time, Gus, am I as famous as Hugh Jackman yet, Warland.
Greatest view of the man from down under's down under.
Mark, I think my diction has improved, don't you? Gaia.
I don't understand a word you just said.
Maddie, still better if not as good as Lego Johns.
Better than Lego!
Emma, only done 30 of the 2000 shows, but still taking the credit, Friedman.
Needing little direction as she lowered herself into the cockpit.
And Chris, hey, did you hear I had a baby? Paige.
Ladies and gentlemen, f***ing shut up!
This is show number 2000.
We are going to turn this company around.
Eventually. This is the one and only Triple M Grill Team.
Teresa, get up every day. You make me feel so young.
Good morning, everyone. Happy 2000th. How are you?
I feel great.
And
Good
it
to
said,
be
we
here.
never make it. It is. It's good to be here. It's fantastic.
Congratulations to you guys. It's a
Yeah.
long
To you,
haul.
Freo.
And to you,
Oh,
Freo.
yes,
Well
mate.
done.
We're all together, babe.
We are. We're all just sitting here around this desk, just talking crap.
I've just done a little bit of a reflection, and I want you guys to join in as
God, I
well.
love it when you
I
reflect.
yeah, like, where's the
He's a
mirror?
very deep thinker, eh?
Bloody
Just
oath
on, like, in 2000 shows, what do we do? Probably 3,500 interviews with stars.
Yeah.
So they say other stations are home of the stars. We do our own here.
Yeah.
You bring the stars, big guy.
10,000 coffees we've had, probably, amongst us.
Yeah.
And the other thing on the stars is the ones we knock back.
That's right.
I mean, for instance, we'll interview anyone, but so long as it's not after 9:15.
Exactly.
exactly.
We'll get home.
Hey, 10
You've got to
past.
fit in.
It's who you count as a star as well. Like when Kyle and Jackie O say Breakfast with the Stars, they probably don't go, hey, we had Nathan Hindmarsh this morning, guys. It's just...
He's A grade for us.
Yeah.
You get me an idea of like how flippant we are, and like they get there sometimes and they'll say, "There's an interview, Arnold Schwarzenegger at 11 o'clock. Can you speak?" We say, "Oh no,
No, I mean,
Well, it's just, where is it? Is he coming in? Do we have to go to his hotel?
also, I meet you in the foyer.
don't worry about it."
Today's going to be a wonderful show because we'll be just like the listeners. We don't really know what's happening today. We've got some surprise guests coming in and lots of packages sort of, going back
kind
over
of
the
packages?
memories. Well, memories, best...
Audio packages.
Big packages, big packages.
Freo, we have corrupted you.
So we're going to be listening to the show just like a listener today because we're not creating too much today. It's going to be...
I'm looking forward to one big thing today.
What's that?
Later on in the show, like about 8:20, 8:30, the boss is calling in.
Oh.
Jamie
He
Angel.
haven't spoken to him for ages. He's back at Inverell doing his own radio show.
On the wheat
so-
belt, hey?
Harvest FM.
Yeah.
How's it
Yeah.
going up there? Have you
Yeah.
spoken to him recently?
He's on fire.
He's
Is
on-
he?
he is.
It's good to hear.
Yeah, the legendary announcer up there, Fallen Crook.
Yep.
So JA's just whipped back up to the.
What a good
Inverell.
bloke to do that, you know?
That's what he does, mate.
Is he well enough to do that, Matty, to get up there and do that?
He's back from Chiang Mai. He went over there to a rehab clinic, but he's back and he's feeling good. I'm looking forward to finding out who the stag is.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
comes up. And the other one, too, I just want to pay tribute to you blokes. You blokes were here from day one. I was talking to my dear friend who's watching in Ireland at the moment, Brian Carney.
Oh.
Hey, Brian.
He's-
Oh, so we're
Morning.
getting streamed today, aren't
And
we?
he said, he gave us a raise. He said, 2,000 shows. He said, I'll give it to you. He said, because he said, the show sounds better than it ever has. Sounds fresh.
Good on you, Brian.
Oh, that's
sounds
good.
good. Freo, you're a big part of that.
You
are, Freo.
Coming
Thank
on
you.
Just
board.
help you guys out.
No,
Thanks
it's
for
good.
having me as always.
And Paige, just pulling the strings there, the puppet
Mate,
master.
you're the puppet.
Thanks, guys.
There's no one better, Pagey,
Thanks.
doing what you
Thanks,
do.
mate.
I think we should
True.
call you Geppetto.
Yeah.
Geppetto.
Yes, because you are the puppet maker.
Puppet master.
The
Yeah.
puppet maker. I'm the puppet maker.
Just yes, sir.
That sounds really creepy.
That little turn of phrase you have every year, you almost get right all the
Yeah.
time.
I, think
Yes,
it's, I don't think it's. Is it Geppetto? Is that correct? Is that 100% correct?
Geppetto.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Geppetto
Yeah.
was.
Just
And-
checking.
But the one he
Pinocchio?
did yesterday was, mate, 2,000 shows tomorrow, with a live audience, be here or be square.
Well, we've got some
We love you, big
surprise
fella.
guests coming in. Very special surprise guests. A lot of people have been speculating as to who the special surprise guests might be. Let me just say, keep listening right through the show. I don't think you're going to be disappointed. There's some very, very special guests coming.
I
up
think
this
I
morning.
know one special guest.
Who do
Do
you? reckon?
you?
Yeah, I think the Sweet Prince will be on the radio station today.
Sweet one.
The Sweet one will be...
we're
we
gonna
would
be
be
back.
graced with his presence.
We'll
I mean,
be
that
back.
can only
I
hope.
didn't bring my autograph book.
We can run downstairs into the news
I don't think
agency
he will
for
be,
you.
mate.
I think the
Mate,
sweet prince
just get
will
him
be
to sign your chest.
Anyway,
That's what I'm gonna
And get it
do.
tattooed over the
That on
top.
the chest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Throughout the show today, we're going to play the best of our Live at the Grill songs. But
Yes.
I'm going to kind of buck tradition from the start.
We've
and get-
actually just told Max to go stuff it for the first song,
First
haven't you?
song. I just want a bit of Bob Marley on. I feel like in Bob Marley, karaoke.
Bit of
mode.
love.
Bit of Could You Be
How
Loved,
long has it been
Pagey,
since
please?
you had a doobie, by the way? MJ?
Oh, about 6 years.
Yeah. I'm
Sure,
sure.
you never know why.
That bloody drunk us.
It's legal over there in Hawaii. That's all good.
Tweet us all morning, anything you want to write. Hashtag GrillTeam2000. Another thing we forgot to mention before coming up this morning will be the Rod Stewart story in its uncensored
It's 40.
entirety.
Did we get clearance for that in the end?
No.
No.
Stuff it. Let's do it.
But it's going ahead. So before the end of the show, you'll hear the full Rod Stewart story without the music cutting in or anything. So
That
we're
is
excited
brilliant.
about that.
Geez, I tell you what, Pagey, some of the great things. Like one thing we do well is go away.
Oh, yeah.
When we go overseas, we just have, or actually when we go anywhere, we go to the Hunter Valley, we go anywhere, we just have a great time. Everyone gets on. It's one of the keys to, I think, the longevity our trips away.
Mm-hmm. They
The
come
New
right
York trip, sketchy.
It was next level. It was different.
How
remember it
next
start-
level? Like, I've been on two now, and I go, I don't know if it can get any more next level than like Melbourne and Hawaii.
It started at Matty Astl's pub, the Australian.
No, you know what it started at?
And then I don't know where
the
it
airport
finished.
when we
Yeah,
arrived.
started at Sydney
Yeah,
Airport.
Me, you and Jack jumped in. We went out to get in our car.
young Jack was with
Jack's
you?
young bloke.
Yeah, he came with me.
Which made it even more special.
No, let's go to the other airport. As we're leaving, we're having a few vodka.
That's right.
vodkas in the lounge.
In the corner, yep.
And of course, he's 17 there. He can't do it, and he's watching. And I said, "You watch MG go here." And of course, you got to have a sleep,
Mate.
on there.
Yeah.
So MG's had a few,
Vodka lime and sodas.
And I said, "Just watch MG." And mate, MG got on board and just performed. Like he was.
Business class. How good was it, but? First time I've been in there.
Was it really MG?
Yeah. I was like a
What did you do? Just
like
kept-
a pig in
kept
shit.
going?
I was just going, wow, look at the
Were you
mud.
dancing around? And
MG, I hear MG saying to people, "Oh, how good's this?
How good's this?"
And the beds go all the way down.
oh my god!
And don't forget, in New York, someone ran a marathon.
I
Well, you
did.
completed
Oh.
a marathon.
Well done, Gussie.
I did. That was the
Yeah.
reason we were there. It was brilliant. Very different trip for me. You blokes had a ball, but I had family there and family from England.
got
my own
remarried?
family. Got remarried there. You blokes were the MCs at my
Were we?
wedding at the.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Sure, that
You
was
personally did
terrific.
an incredible job. MG, you were just sort of just standing
what
there.
does-
Imagine him
Why-
leaning on Maddie.
What did I say at the wedding?
You said nothing at the wedding. Maddie spoke beautifully. One take. It was just.
I thought.
I think,
Oh,
weren't
mate.
you harassing poor Deborah Lee Furness?
I was talking to sweet Deborah Lee.
Oh,
Because
that's
remember the time Jocko just shaved his beard off?
Yeah.
I was saying, "Where's the beard?"
Yeah.
And he was just, it's
And
gone.
I'm sick of that,
She's
yeah.
a character, mate.
She is.
She's a
And
character.
my Uncle Ian was harassed a little
Pardon?
bit by MG as well.
Yeah, he's a big
Was
boy.
Uncle
He's
Ian
got-
there?
How big is he?
He's massive.
Geez, he'd have some slug on him. I tell you, he would,
Which is
mate.
exactly the question that MG said.
I'm sorry, it's the first thing I think about when I see him.
Is it?
Oh, mate. he's
Wow.
Got
some
some
slug on him.
important stock, I tell
He's
you.
they call him a tripod for a reason.
Here's a look back at some of the big trips we've done on the Grill Team in 2000 shows.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Mate, I've never sat in a seat so small. Are you serious? Got my knees up round my bloody throat. How much power has Matty John's got? I'm sitting here right next to the dunny, and this one bloke's been back 3 times. I tell you what, the stench is worse than walking down the street in Mumbai. Let me give you the tip.
Come fly with me, let's fly away.
Yeah, just arrived in Istanbul, 20-hour flight with a good stopover in Abu Dhabi, and it's just been awesome. Just right from the start, MG and I got in the queue, just started telling him stories about all my travel and stuff, because he hasn't travelled a lot. So I told him all about my Aussie goes Barmy, Aussie goes Bolly, Aussie goes Calypso, and it was just an amazing trip. 20 hours, I feel as if I hadn't even stopped talking. I just feel as if it was just one story after another, and MG seemed, really keen and excited to hear him.
Honestly, this is bullshit. If I hear one more thing about his cricket shows, I actually think I hate this.
Pack up, let's fly away.
I welcome you as we gather at this special place on the Gallipoli Peninsula to remember all those who served here and to acknowledge that those who were once our adversaries are now our firm friends.
The actual service was supposed to start at about 5:30, so at about 5:15 there was a deathly silence across 5,500 people, just anticipating what was to come next.
Everyone was looking out over the sea, and I think having their own moment to see, well, this is what was happening exactly 98 years ago. These boats were arriving in the middle of the night. I can't quite explain it properly, but I'm so glad I've done it, and I can't wait to perhaps take my family and do the same thing.
Lest we forget.
The Grill team's end-of-season trip away at Cessnock.
Meg said, look, plenty of wine, plenty of water, plenty of beer, no vodka.
Yeah.
So they did vodka shots.
Ready? Cheers, boys.
Cheers. Here we go.
Enjoy.
This will be for 3, 2, 1.
That's disgusting.
That's okay.
Oh, I don't know whether I should just put my finger down my throat or not.
Fallen in love with Maddie's mum.
At one point, she came up and said, "I don't know how to put this, but Gus wants to be your new dad."
Triple M boss Jamie Angel called in.
Hi, Daddy.
Yeah. Morning, Corbett. How's the hunter?
Yeah, beautiful.
Well, Bruce called you a word. Well, here's a clue. It rhymes with hunter, but forget about the You're a mate.
And it wouldn't be a road trip without this.
Someday you will find me coming the best side. Wow. Like a champagne supernova.
New York.
Today we're taking a walk in the shoes of Carrie, Samantha, Miranda, and Charlotte on a special Sex and the City Hot Spots tour.
Honestly, I'd rather go to the dentist. Oh, wow. Yeah.
With my mind.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Top
Wow.
drawer, second drawer,
Yeah, come on, mate. I won't get that hour back in a hurry.
To complete the New York experience, which one of the Grill team could have got mugged? It was our mate, Pagey.
It was about 4 o'clock in the morning, and 3 guys came up and actually said, "Hey, is 8th Avenue this way, or South?" Trying to look for it, and just got kind of led off. But did cop one punch.
I'm a naked cowboy. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do, baby.
I like him. He's got flair. I like the tattoos, and he looks like he got a little melody going.
Married this morning. I want to tell everyone, all our listeners, that Maddie and MG and Jocko were the masters of ceremony, and I redid my vows.
We've been through some tough times, we've been some great times, and we're going to go through that together again in the next 20. I love you. I love you too.
I can't believe she did it again. Vicky, I went up and said, "Are you sure about this?" They said, "Is there anyone here that objects?" And all you kids went, "Us."
Brick Lane, the hottest curry in the world. Oh, my lips are numb. Oh my goodness, mate. This is the hottest thing I've ever had in my whole life.
I'm outside the Soup Nazi now, and I've got to tell you, it's literally just a hole in the wall. Of all the soup shops in all the world, you've come here because of the Seinfeld episode?
Yes. Yes.
It smells so good. Do you reckon I can get a chicken noodle and a T-shirt?
No soup for you, Gus. No soup for you.
So I was walking down the street, and this African-American bloke goes, "Man, I said I've got a CD here." Another African-American bloke, and he goes, "I've got a CD too." And I went, "Oh, beautiful, there's 2 CDs. And then the third bloke goes, "Hey, man,
no impersonation.
if you're listening to their CD, I want you to listen to mine." So they gave him to me, and I said, "Thanks very much, boys." I had him in my hand, and they said, "How about a donation?" I said, "Oh, well, I thought it was for free." And they said, "No, man, $10 for me and $10 for him. $40 it cost me." So I go back, I thought, you know what, I spent $40. I'll have a listen. Blank. 4 blank CDs.
Well, it could have been worse. It could have been sirens.
Hear the siren.
Celebrating the 2000th Grill team, and it's great to have you back. Thanks for waking up with Triple M again, and not with Kyle and Jack.
For the 2000 show, coming up, some very special guests. We'll get the full Rod Stewart story, uncut, and we'll take a look back at some of the big guests we've had over the years. Does one stand out, though, for you, Cobber?
Without a doubt. And there's been so many when we've asked this week. The one that I completely forgot about, which I think has been my personal highlight, was Tom Jones. Tom Jones is more than just a music star. He's just I think, a living, breathing icon. And when a person like that comes on the show, there's a bit of anxiety because you think,
Hope he's a good
what if he's a
bloke.
prick?
Please be a good bloke.
I know, but then you really speak to him and you go, my
Mate,
God.
Well, this is a bloke that's got, that was friends with the Beatles, close friends with Elvis, Sinatra, everyone. There's no one bigger. And he came on and he was just an absolute class.
From memory, we got the Elvis story from him as well in Vegas. Here's what happened when Tom Jones called in. Tom Jones, hi.
Hi.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, Tom.
Now, Tom, love the book, mate. Over the top and back. What a
Thank you.
sensational book. And it was just, I was telling the boys, it was great. Great story. Started off singing in the men's clubs in Wales. I tell you what, they were a tough audience, that mob.
Oh yeah, if you can survive that, you can survive anything.
Tommy, I just wrote off a few of your songs, obviously earlier in your career. Delilah, It's Not Unusual, Green Grass of Home, Sex Bomb, She's a Lady, What's New Pussycat. It's a plethora of hit after hit after hit.
Yeah.
Have you got a personal favourite yourself?
Well, It's Not Unusual as always, because it's the first one. It's the one that changed my life.
Yes.
And it was huge all over the world. So that's always my the strong one with me. But there's a lot of other great songs that I've done. That I've been very proud of. So there's a string of them. But
your catalogue's unbelievable.
But that's the one. That's the most important one, of course.
John Lennon, right? Let's talk about John Lennon for a second. You said in the book about the first meeting with John Lennon wasn't particularly a good one. You wanted to throttle him.
Well, it was on. There was a show in England called Thank You Lucky Stars. It was a TV show, and it was all miming then. We didn't do anything live. They didn't have the facility for it. So I was there with It's Not Unusual, and they were on the show. So I was sitting with my manager in the afternoon at the rehearsal, waiting to see the Beatles rehearse. And John Lennon came out first. There was nobody in the studio except everybody that was working on the show, no audience yet. And I was sitting where the audience would sit in the night with my manager. So John Lennon comes out and he gets on the microphone. He goes, "It's not a unicorn, it's an elephant." And he said, "How you doing, you Welsh buff?" And I said, "Come up here." Come up here and I'll show you.
Wow. Oh, that is gold.
My manager, Gordon Mills, he said, "Oh, don't do it like that. That's John Lennon's sense of humor." I said, "Oh, okay then." But no, we became friends. It was his sense of humor. It's a Liverpudlian sense of humor. It's a sarcastic. And then Paul McCartney said to me later on, he said, "John must love that song. He wouldn't have even made a parody out of it if he hadn't. It must have struck a chord with him." So it all turned out to be good in the end.
Tom, as Matty just mentioned, I am and was and still am a tragic Elvis fan. But you and him were great friends, playing in Vegas lots and lots together. There is a story doing the rounds that he once serenaded you whilst you were having a shower. Is this true?
Yes.
And what song did he sing to you?
Somebody was pitching him a song, or had been anyway, and he thought it was a good song for me. So he came over to Caesar's Palace, and I'd just come off the stage, and he said, "Tom, I got this song, man." And I said, "Yeah, well, I got to jump in the shower. As soon as I come out, I'll have a listen." So he couldn't wait. I was in the shower, and I was washing my hair, and all of a sudden I hear Elvis Presley singing, and I thought I was going nuts. I thought, what the hell? And he was leaning over the door. He was singing this song to me because it was in the shower. You know what I mean? So I hear this. Wow. He's singing away there. So when I opened my eyes, I saw him because the shower door was right next to where the shower head was, and he was leaning over the shower singing this song. But when I came out, he was sort of using the bathroom, and I was toweling down, and so I was fully naked. He was half naked. I thought, this God. People are not going to.
Lucky there's no iPhones back then.
Well, Tom, look, people find you irresistible. Blokes want to be you, women want to be with you, but there's a story where your manager actually had his own zoo at his place, and I love that story where you got a little bit close to the orangutan cage, and the orangutan actually found you irresistible. Actually give you an old grope on the old fella. What about that?
Yeah. That was the first time.
Oh, thank God.
That I ever realised it.
It wasn't the last time, was it?
I thought, look at this. Even orangutans are after. What the hell's going on?
It's not like they've got feet. They've got like 4 hands. I guess you wouldn't be able to get away.
No, I mean, and then I realised that, orangutans have 4 hands.
Jeez, I tell you what, the tabloids would have had fun with that front page.
He's had the monkey ever since. He's travelled with you ever since, has he?
Well, I haven't. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what.
I think he moved on to Michael Jackson.
Well, who knows?
Great to have you in the country. Great to have you on the grill team, mate. And good luck with your Welsh rugby team. Hopefully they can start winning again, brother.
Okay, all the best.
You too, buddy.
Tom.
Wow. This is another stupid jingle about the grill team.
Hey, I reckon it's a ripper. Yeah.
Thank you for waking up with Triple M again.
And no Fitzy and Whipper, Flopsy and Whoopsie.
2,000 shows and it still kind of blows. The Triple M grill team.
At Bingley until Sunday, purchase a 4K TV 55-inch and over and get a 10%.
Triple M, the grill team. It's Triple M breakfast.
Yeah, 21 to 7 on the Triple M Grill Team. It's Show 2000. Thanks for all the messages coming in as well. You can get us on Twitter using the hashtag GrillTeam2000. One of the big questions we've had on Twitter and Facebook and emails and calls over the last month or so is, guys, who is the stag?
Yeah.
The mystery celebrity tipster who we told you all year was a big Hollywood star.
It's a mystery to
Sending
us.
the tips.
It's a mystery to us. You kept it away from us because you knew that one of us would say something.
Yeah,
especially me.
Well, yeah, so after it was meant to be announced at that OBS Grand Final lunch. We'd do the big announcement or whatever. However,
we got wind of something.
What happened?
Well, we got wind of something that was going to come out about this particular person.
Oh, no, don't tell me.
That was a little strange. So, yes, and a few people did guess it. Look, the stag was Kevin Spacey.
Oh,
Stop it.
Who'd send in footy tips. He almost won the thing as well without knowing a lot about NRL. I think, Gussie, you actually got the stag in the end, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you were on top of Spacey.
Yeah. Wow.
But
well, Phil, poor old me and MG, we're below him.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're just going to move on from that and go, look, yeah, that was. We'll pick the stag more carefully next year.
Yeah. Let's move on quickly.
Yeah, just someone who. Yeah, well, anyway, there you go. So that was the stag.
Who are you
That's
thinking,
why we didn't make
who are you
sort
thinking for next year?
Robin McGarvey.
Louis C.K.
Oh,
Robert
McGarvey.
Anyway, that's why we didn't sort of make a big deal of who the
I can see
stag
why
was
now.
this year with what we now know. Anyway, it's the 2000 show. Plenty more highlights from over the years coming up at all the tunes. This morning, some of the live tracks that have been here at Triple M over 2,000 shows.
When he came in, because I was expecting Billy Odd, but his waxworks.
It's Madame Tussauds. It's the Grill Team's 2000 show. You can get us on Twitter at hashtag GrillTeam2000.
I love my footy.
Yes, he loves his footy. And then the power went out. Coming up, we're going to have a look back at some of the more memorable moments from the Grill Team over the years. But let me ask you, 2,000 shows, will we make 3,000?
Oh.
No.
That's another 4 years.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you can't imagine us being here in 4 years.
But, I mean, when you think about how quickly time goes.
Yeah, you never say never, do you?
Like 2013, like I remember that.
Like yesterday.
Yeah, gone like I remember I remember being at the 2011 grand final with you blokes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it just feels like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
It really was.
That was one of the greatest days of my life, that game.
That was.
Who played again?
I don't know.
It was Manly and the Warriors.
Was it?
Yeah.
And we were had an outside broadcast.
We did.
At the actual game?
Yeah.
We did. We did a grand final like a 2-hour show.
No, it was supposed to be 2 hours. It went for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We actually made a mistake, Frio. We actually started drinking a little too early.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
So
that's
by the time
you
we're
don't do
on
that
air,
ever. Yeah.
yeah, it was things went a little awry.
That's okay.
What do you think, Gus? What do you think you'll be in? Show 3,000.
I would love to all of us to be here together, but I doubt that. Just the way that
you're
life.
fogging up, mate. You know something.
You are fogging
No,
up.
I'm not. I don't know so. I just get a bit emotional.
Are you going to Smooth FM?
I love it. I would love to do it because I just love this job so much. And like you said before, Matt, we all get along so well and we enjoy each other's company. So why not? I mean, Kyle and Jackie O have been on at least that time.
No, they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're shit.
Yeah, but we've proven that you can be a little shit and still be on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to be great.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about.
You have to be good to be great,
proven,
though.
you can be shit and still on breakfast radio as other stations
We're not the only ones
on a
proving that,
daily
right?
basis.
It'd be the odd crew with Gus Waller, Loogie Boner, and Sweet Prince.
Oh, my God, that's the show! That's it.
See, Stewie would be brilliant doing a night show. Like he comes
No,
together.
I'm talking about breakfast. That's going to be breakfast show.
Oh.
With Loogie Boner's going to get it.
I always thought Stewie would be great for radio, but perhaps like 8 till midnight or something.
Well, if he does come in, maybe give him that advice.
Yeah,
I think he'll take it on board.
Yeah.
He's happy to take that.
So you'd want to be doing breakfast still in 4 years?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
If they'll have me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. MG, what do you reckon?
No, I couldn't do this for another 4 years.
Oh, MG.
No, it's too hard. It's,
Yeah, it is.
I'm with
Early
you.
starts.
How about we start our own show, MG? Start our own radio station. What about that?
Yeah.
What would it be called?
The M's.
High FM. What do you think?
High FM?
Yeah.
You just play like high-pitched tracks.
Yeah,
yeah,
of course.
yeah.
Of course.
And high-level conversation.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Always aim high. Is what I
Yeah.
like.
Aim high.
Aim
Yeah.
high.
Well, Em, you've only just started, so you'll
Yeah.
be here in 4.
Oh, you will.
Well, I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope I'm still here in 4. It's
How long's your contract, Freya?
4.
a couple of years.
Well, there you go. You got a couple under
Got
you.
a couple.
At least you get paid out.
Just
anyway.
flesh it out, mate. Just flesh it out.
Yeah.
They were, I get the feeling sometimes with Southern Cross Australia, they find it hard to let people go. You know what I mean? Like, and there's a lot of radio stations
Recycles.
around. You might get that little nudge and they'll say, hey, listen, Em, little radio station happening in Nowra.
Yeah.
I'd like to go down there. And,
I'll
do
go
the
down
afternoon. Lost and found, buy, sell and swap.
Yeah, I like the gardening show.
The
that
gardening
they
show
do.
would be
You know,
good.
like how do
Yeah.
I feed my hydrangeas? You know,
Yeah,
how
nice.
do I let them flourish? I'll be in my 30s then, so hopefully
You might be married with
I'd
little
like
Bubba,
to think
mate.
that
Yeah.
would be the case.
Well, I think
You've got
we could have our own.
maternity leave.
Maybe that'd be nice. wouldn't
MG,
it?
we could have
Yeah,
our
right.
own gardening segment on High FM.
Oh, yeah,
hydroponics.
hydroponics.
What about you, Pagey?
In 4 years' time?
You'll have triplets.
You have another
probably.
Bubba by then?
Yeah. No, I'd love to be here.
Yeah.
I just hope you guys are.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't change.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you
This
got
forever.
to look around and look at the other people outside. Like young Charlie's got aspirations in his eyes. I think he could be a breakfast radio announcer.
He's got that twinkle,
yeah.
doesn't he? Look at
Jenna,
him.
look at Jenna. Jenna's dressed for
Jana's
success.
spent 40 minutes in the bathroom today doing
Yeah.
her hair and
And
makeup.
Lady in red today.
And the porn king.
Meanwhile,
well,
Max, I tell
oh,
you
mate,
what.
the world's his oyster.
Well,
Literally.
Oh my God.
Big show this morning. The boss, Jamie Angel, is going to call in. We're going to have the Rod Stewart story influence some very, very
hang on.
special.
hold
hang
on.
on, someone
Oh,
else.
here he
Hold on.
is.
Dave the Slow Cooker.
Yeah, Dave the
When do
Slow-
you reckon Dave will be in 4 years?
Mate, he'll be running the show.
I reckon he'll be on death row somewhere.
It's the Girl Team's
Some
2000
third world
show
country.
on Triple M at 11 to 7.
Very good,
Very
MJ.
good.
Taggy's back. Great to hear the
Very
voice of
good.
Doc Neeson there. The
Champion.
Angels
What a
are
legend.
live on the grill here on the Triple M Grill Team's 2000th show this morning. You can watch it all online. It's all streaming live online this morning if you want to watch what's happening in here. It's the Grill Team's Facebook page if you want to check it out.
Here's Emma Friedman
People need to know.
with what you need to know today.
Hey, Frio.
Good morning. On this 2000th show morning, I bring bad news because
Oh,
the
no.
Grill Team curse has struck again.
Oh.
Remember, like only earlier this week, we had UFC fighter Fabricio Verdum in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he bought a boomerang yesterday and threw it at another fighter, Colby Covington, and now he's been charged with common assault.
No.
Serious?
Not a UFC
Oh,
fighter.
my man.
Who would have thought?
It is your job to assault people.
still
I mean,
fighting
it's-
Yeah, but not with a
Well,
boomerang.
I'm guessing he probably will, MG, but
Colby Covington.
Well, they won't let him into the ring with a boomerang. Put it that way. Brazilians aren't known for their skill with boomerang.
Very
I'm
good.
saying,
I know.
well done. Well done to him.
Yeah,
he went down on George Street, apparently, in front of the hotel, just threw it a cheeky 25 metres and hit this bloke in the neck.
Can I just suggest?
Colby Covington.
Can I just suggest if you're on George Street and you throw a boomerang 25 metres,
You
I would
gotta
not
hit
say I would not suggest that's cheeky or only 25 metres.
Yeah.
How's
Frio, we've got to stop you there, mate.
I've got other stories.
I
though.
know you do.
I've got to
But
get
this
to
is
the cricket,
2000
which I know
show.
you would like to.
I'd love to talk about the cricket, but
Ugh.
you've been on the show for over a year.
Yep.
We want to have the best.
Oh,
of
this is going to be
Freo.
the worst.
Have a
Emma
listen.
Friedman.
Hey, good morning,
Emma
boys.
Friedman.
Hello, Frio.
Hello.
What's happening today, little kahuna? What's happening, Shobber? Hello, Frio.
Hello.
Emma Friedman, why do you have that mischievous look about you this morning?
It's like a car crash that you can't look away from.
Yeah. Thank you, Frio.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Freo.
Shut up, you sickos. Shut up, you Mick Mook. I hate you. Oh, wow. Oh. What happened, mate? Yeah, I love that bit. Oh, they're trying their best. Oh, Pagey. Jeez. Oh, dear. What's happened to you all? What has happened?
Is it a full
Like,
moon?
you were awful before, but now this is like bottom of the barrel stuff. God, we're a picture of health on this show, aren't we?
The healthy stuff.
But you're relentless. I reckon he looks like he's had a couple of big weeks doing some illicit substances.
They
Shut
were-
your mouth,
they
Paige.
were
I'll
drug
come right
cheats.
over there.
But they've come good.
I love fighting about AFL.
God, you're full of it.
Oh, mate, how's your side? You're hopeless.
Get your facts right, you moron.
you-
Mate,
goes
you
on.
need to really take a good hard look at yourself. Honestly, I'm lost.
Emma, I always thought you flew in the overhead compartment.
I do. I can actually fit into a suitcase.
Can you? Okay, we're putting Emma in a suitcase.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say? Did you just say Persian rugs? Persian. Hey, we're getting to you. You got to be more ladylike and Nicholas a bit. Oh, wow.
I'm corrupted. Send me to rehab. Loves the balls.
Let's get to,
He does.
Oh, you little gypsy. I tell you what, we've got him on the line. Hugh oh, no, it's David from Concord. David, how you doing, Dave?
Firstly of all, hi, Emma.
Hi, Dave.
Can I have one?
Em?
Yeah, please go.
Please, we'd love one.
What's the best way to burn 1,000 calories?
Don't know.
Just set Gussie on fire. What was Gussie's favourite musical instrument at school? The lunch bell. After releasing a weight loss book, it's great to see Gus in shape. Unfortunately, the shape is a ball.
Oh, dear. Were these highlights?
Triple M's Grill Team are on the air, waving their hands like they just don't care. Celebrating their 2000th show. That's way more than Em Rusciano.
Breakfast.
13 past 7 on the Triple M Grill Team. You can get us on Twitter using the hashtag GrillTeam2000. And as we look back at some of the big moments over the years, want to go way back to 2012 when we met a man named Christian Anderson.
A gentleman by the name of Christian, another Northern Beaches boy, and he asked me if I could get hold of Jocko because he wanted something on a video for his wife. Something happened to me a couple of days ago. I was sent a video, and Jocko was in this particular video, and then I put two and two together and realised this was a request from Christian months and months ago. Christian was diagnosed back in October 2009 with cancer. I've set up a laptop here in the studio. I'd like you guys to watch Christian's video that he put together for his wife. When his boys came into it, that's the moment where I shed a tear. My missus and I were bawling for minutes after this. Please watch it, and I'll get your feedback after we play.
And you're beautiful.
He loves you, Rachel. He loves you. Rachel.
Christian and Rachel just popped in. How are you guys?
Gee, you buggers making me cry like that.
It's surprising how many people are reacting to it. It's something I did sort of privately for Rachel, and she said it was, she really liked it. You should put it up on the web for our friends and family.
Straight away, Head started crying because I'm very emotional. But as soon as the kids came on, I just absolutely lost it. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Yeah. It's just beautiful.
I'd been overseas to a friend's wedding. I had a really sore side, sort of like a stitch. So I went to the hospital, and they thought I had deep vein thrombosis from the air travel. And so they scanned my lungs thinking I had a blood clot, and it turns out there was no blood clot there, but on the bottom of the scan was my liver, and covered in tumours basically. I'm on chemotherapy every 3 weeks at Manly Hospital, and they look after me really well down there. I get wiped out for about a week in the chemo. I'm not sick, I've just got cancer. It's the chemo that makes me sick, not the cancer.
And an amazing cameo appearance there from Hugh Jackman. How did that come about?
I listen to Triple M on the way to work in the morning, and I listen to the Grill Team, and I knew Gus Warland was a good friend of Hugh Jackman, and so I emailed Gus and said, any chance you could twist Hugh's arm and to say these words for me. And 3 days later, I got an email from Hugh's personal assistant with a video attached to it, with no questions asked.
Promise me you'll always be happy by my side.
How are you doing these days? Are you hopeful?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. I just had a pretty heavy dose of radiation, and the doctors are really happy with how it's going so far.
Has this process brought you closer together?
Absolutely.
Well, the Andersons, I believe, represent every family dealing with a huge life challenge, and I know that there are a lot of you out there, as Christian is literally in the fight of his life.
If I had have got tests done when I first suspected something, I might have only just had bowel cancer, and they could have just gone straight in and cut it out.
Last time we spoke, I was here, everything was on the up and up, and what happened?
I'm starting to talk to the boys about it now. Sometimes when daddies get really sick, they have to go and be with Jesus up in heaven, and he said, you can't go away. There's only one daddy for every family, and you're our daddy, and you can't go. Don't ever leave home angry at your spouse or your partner or your kids, because you might not ever get a chance to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that." I look at God and I just say sometimes, look up and just go, what the hell is this? And then I just have to trust him that the Bible says he looks after, he takes care of the widow.
Just take your time, mate.
And he's a father to the fatherless. So I know he's going to look after my family when I'm gone. And just for the guys, I know it's a big thing for guys to give their kids stuff and lots of presents and stuff at Christmas time, but if you have to go, your kids aren't going to remember the stuff they gave you, they're going to remember you. So give them yourself, give them your time. More than anything, just spending time together is what matters.
This is definitely sinking in because it's someone we love and we know, and it's made the human side of it even more real, which is a damn shame.
There's a place I used to go.
It doesn't matter. Look, okay.
We want to give out a number.
There's a world I used to know.
Everyone who get tested. 13, 11, 20.
Was a light and it was you.
Well, the reality is, bowel cancer is a preventable disease. If I had got it mine earlier, I could have been saved. I never needed to go through any of this.
Just on
Thank
behalf of all of us grill teamers and I think Triple M listeners, we've loved getting to know you and we're so sad.
Likewise.
So
Thank you.
our thoughts are with you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Rest in peace, Christian Anderson. It's the Grill Team's 2000 show here on Triple M at 7:19. Thanks for joining us this morning. Team's 2000 show. Thanks, Robbie T.
Hey, Robbie T.
Coming in and doing
Nice
that
one.
live. A big show this morning. Our boss, Jamie Angel's going to come on for a chat. We're going to be doing the Rod Stewart story, uncensored in full. The music is not going to cut in for the sort of unsavoury climax
Unsavoury?
to the story.
It's interesting that you use the word climax.
I think we want, if you drop your kids at school, just make them hang around for a couple of minutes so they hear the story.
Yeah, you don't want the kids to
are at
miss it.
school. Have a yarn to the principal.
Yeah, have day
and just
off.
put it over the loudspeaker so all the kids can hear
Educational.
it. Yeah, of course
It is. Hey, don't worry about PD.
Don't do this. Don't, please. Remember you, Brenna, did the don't smoke? That really touched me. It's the
Whatever
thing
you
with
do.
And the Grim Reaper with the AIDS thing.
Oh, mate.
Things that cut through.
Yeah.
MG, it cut, mate. The Grim Reaper, that traumatised me for years.
Far out.
That's it.
Well, we might have him on as one of our surprise guests this morning. But yeah, we've got some
Level 2.8.
some special guests coming up this morning, and we're going to have a look at all the times that we've gotten Gus, tricked Gus very shortly. But we want to take a moment and pay tribute to our wonderful listeners because they're the only reason.
Yeah.
We've
Yes,
been here for 2,000 shows.
Exactly. When we say 13353, all the boards light up and we've got them there ready for us. But some people on socials, Lisa Sudi, congratulations on such a great and fun show. Keep it up and going for another 2,000 shows. James Horan, listen every morning. It's the best part of my day. Maddie Ames.
Jeez, that's a sad life, isn't it? Listen to us is the best part of your
I
day.
Yeah. This guy, Matty
Shit on,
Ames,
mate.
Downhill.
we are sort of streaming live on our Facebook page, and Matty is in Germany, and he's watching us this morning. So
The old fatherland of you,
yeah,
Gus.
all the best to you, big
Oh,
fella.
my
mate.
God.
Hey, our
Live
streaming,
streaming.
Hey,
Live
we
streaming.
Just remember that, Matty, as I did it.
Dunker for listening.
Keep it rocking, baby. Love
Jocko
your work.
Fliegen.
Love your work, Grill Team. That's from Matty Parada.
Okay, beautiful. We've got some callers on the line as well. Some of our most frequent callers over the years. First up, Dave from Penang is here.
Dave.
Hello, David.
Hello, guys. How are we going?
Yeah,
Bring him
good,
in, Em.
Dave. How are you, Dave?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit croaky this morning, but I just wanted to ring in and say congratulations and on the 2000 shows.
Thank you, Davey.
And I just wanted to highlight, you just played that package about the bowel cancer. I came in to the studio there and had the checkup with MG and with the doctor.
Dr.
About
Ugly
bowel-
Phil, yep.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. The thing about it is you came in 4 times, Dave. I mean, once you give it the all clear, you didn't have to keep jumping on the end of the queue. Anyway, nonetheless.
Yeah,
So that did change my life, guys. I do get checkup very frequently, not by Ugly Phil, by the way, but
Timmy Dwyer.
but I just wanted to say, keep it up, guys. Love the show. You got the best listeners out there,
We do.
and
We
best
have.
team, and to the guys behind the scenes too. all your producers, and so good stuff, guys.
Good on you, Dave.
Well done,
Love you, Dave.
Very kind,
Thanks for
Dave.
listening.
You're a bit creepy last time you were on, Dave.
No,
so
that
it's
was a
good.
different Dave.
Oh, that's a
I'm
different
No,
Dave.
that was a different Dave that was
Oh,
sleazing
okay.
onto Emma.
All right.
Yeah, I'll
Dave
get
from
you that
Panania
bit.
is quite a
Yeah, Dave from Panania is
This
solid.
is
outstanding citizen.
one of our favourite grillettes, Carol from Canterbury.
Day one.
G'day, Carol. How are you?
Hey guys, how are we going
Hey,
today?
hello, darling.
Hey, 2000, yeah, way to go.
How you been?
Happy for you.
How you been, Carol? You been on the grog lately, bud?
Yeah, been drinking by myself, waiting for you to turn up, Matty.
I'm looking for a drinking partner at the moment.
Shagger.
Oh, let's go, buddy, let's go.
Unbelievable, fantastic.
2000 shows, guys. Congratulations, great effort.
Thanks,
yeah,
Carol.
and all that bullshit you were talking about before, not going to be there in 4 years. Of course you are. You've got to keep my morning going, boys.
Hear that,
Good on ya.
Fitzy? There you go.
We'll do our best, yeah. Cough up, Fitzy. Thanks, mate.
Thanks,
Well
Kaz.
done, Carol. We love you.
Hey, Kaz, are you still working at the tab at Canterbury there?
Still at the tab, yeah.
Okay, if you want to see Carol, go and say good day to her and put a mouldy on.
Yeah, good on
Hey,
you.
one of our horses won last night, MG. I should have told you.
Yeah, it's all up for one.
Beg your pardon?
Where was the tip?
Oh, sorry, guys.
Yeah,
you know,
come on,
inside
Carol.
information can't do that, Emma. You know that.
Yeah,
Sausage Gelding hasn't got a tip. Okay.
Hey, come on, Maddie. I've got lots of tips.
Yeah, come on. I bet you have.
Yeah, see ya, Carol.
Let's go to Weasel in the gong.
Oh,
Weasel. Desperate. What's doing, brother?
Hello,
Yeah.
How are you, mate?
You're like the fifth Beatle, brother.
I'm good. I'm good. MG, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing Speedos and a singlet today.
He's wearing a beautiful Oakley shirt.
That's not my favourite. It's not the red Oakley shirt.
It
is
is the red Oakley shirt.
Oh.
Yes, Weasel technology, mate. It suits you. Hey, what's happening in the gong today, brother?
Just working hard like you guys. A couple of trips to Hong Kong later, hopefully. But seriously, guys, I want to congratulate you guys on your 2000 shows. Thanks for all the laughs, every day. Now, it means a lot. I mean, I'm married like you guys with kids, so the laughs are appreciated. I don't drink, do drugs. I don't even gamble, Matty. I don't even gamble, mate, these days. So basically, my life really sucks. So I bury myself in the grill team every day, and that's not prison talk, but
it's all right, Weasel. It's good.
Surprisingly, Freo, believe it or not. Yeah, Freo?
What was that, mate?
Surprisingly, mate, you're only new to the show, but I've only been dumped once off the grill team.
Yeah.
Which is probably hard to believe.
Yeah.
What, are you going to go for it again now, are you?
No, I'm not, Pagey. No
Thank
way,
you.
buddy.
What are you wearing, by the way, Weasel,
Yeah,
today?
more importantly.
I'm wearing nothing but a pair of work boots.
Oh, there you go. Well, I've got a fat.
Yeah.
There you go now, Weasel. I appreciate your sentiments, mate. Very nice.
Thanks for the calls, guys. We love you.
We're celebrating 2,000 shows with MG, Maddie, and Pagey, plus Emma and the Big Fat Panda. Thanks for tuning in to the Triple M Grill team, and not Jonesy and Amanda.
But it's time to take a look back at something that we couldn't fit into one montage. It's all the times we've pranked Gus, tricked Gus,
We love
played games
you.
with Gus.
Yeah.
We do.
Not!
But you're easy to get.
Not!
He is easy. Well, Gus, you find the best in every situation. You're a positive guy.
Yeah. And
As long as we're talking about you. That's the
as
most
long
important
as,
thing, Gus.
hey, long as confidential or almost listening.
Yeah, mate, there's always that chance.
Yep.
News.com.
I think you're due for a spotted soon.
Surely.
Yeah.
Once
Well,
every
during
5
the
years.
week, we featured a couple of montages of Get Gus already. Here's the Get Gus montage 3 of 3 this morning on the Grill team.
You will never, ever get me again. Never, ever get me again.
Here he goes again, thrown under the bus. Thank God it's not one of us. The Grill team are terrible, please discuss. Time to laugh again, let's get Gus.
We heard about Gus going up to Cairns on the weekend to do, well, part of a triathlon anyway.
one third
of a triathlon.
If you get out with that hair, that's going to cost you a good couple of minutes.
Easy.
Okay, what are we going to do with that hair?
You know how some footballers, they know they're playing on a Friday night?
Yeah.
It's a night game, so they're making a statement with their hair.
There's someone out there in hairdresser land who can do that. Come in, live in the studio, and we do it for your triathlon.
I'd love that.
Gussie, we asked him to shave a rooster into the back of your head. Now,
Yeah. Have a look, Gus.
That's a penis and balls.
Oh, God, you're so immature, you dickheads.
No, you're
Well,
a
no,
dickhead.
mate. You're a dickhead, literally. I wouldn't pick the kids up from school today, Gus.
At least it's a big penis.
Actually, we thought it was a small one.
You will never, ever get me again.
G'day, mate. My name's Steve Lidster. I'm a producer with Granada Television. How you going?
I'm very well, thank you, Steve.
We're obviously producing I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here with Network 10 at the moment. We're looking at introducing some celebrity intruders midway through the series of I'm a Celebrity. Before I go on, is that something you'd be potentially interested in discussing?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. So look, if you don't mind, I've just got a bit of a quick personality profile. So how famous are you on a scale of 1 to 10, would you say?
If Hugh Jackman's 10, probably a 5, I'd say, maybe a bit more in Australia.
How talented?
Yeah, I'm probably, reasonably talented at that.
How athletic?
Stop the fight.
I'm very athletic now. Much better than I used to be.
How attractive, do you reckon?
So I reckon I'm probably... On the Hugh Jackman scale, I reckon I'm about a 6.5.
Oh, hang on, mate. My assistant's just handing me something. Might be 1 sec. Wait.
Okay.
Oh God. All right. I'm so sorry, man. This is embarrassing. I'm gonna have to. Oh shit. All right. I'm gonna have to pull out. I'm sorry, mate. It's just been offered to Stuart McGill.
You bastard. Well done, mate. Well done.
I mean, honestly, that is just cringeworthy.
That was you at your best.
Time to laugh again. Let's get Gus.
Anything free, doesn't matter what it is with Gus. A box of tissues, he'll take it he'll, if it's free. So we got Nick to call Gus, offering Gus a free car.
Hello, Gus speaking.
G'day, is this Gus Warland?
Yes.
Mate, it's Nick Samet. I'm the Sponsorship and Partnerships Manager here at Lexus Australia. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thanks. Nick, how are you, mate?
I'm just paused it for 1 sec to let everyone know that Gussie's just walked out of the studio.
He's just walked out of the
will
studio.
Not be a part of this break anymore.
Sweet Prince, if you're out there, there it is.
Come in.
Let's go back to the call.
We're putting together this partnerships program, actually, and...
Yeah, I was really pleased. My family's been a Lexus family. I don't know if you know the story about my dad, did she?
She did say members of your family were Lexus fans.
Ruthless. Yeah. We've always had a Lexus in the family. Such wonderful synergy, and I thought, well, it's a really good mix and a really good fit for me, and I don't like doing anything just for the sake of doing it. I've got to feel that it sort of works for both parties.
Now, social media, you're an avid social media fan?
I am. I think I've got quite a few followers down there. Very excited about that.
Maybe once a fortnight, either you in the Lexus or with the car, just making an L sign with your hand and using the hashtag #LoveMyLexus.
Sure.
Okay, so just for the 3 months, that's fantastic.
Stop the fight.
There'll be a one-off Lexus event at the Star, which surely you'd be happy to come along?
Of course. I'll be happy to come along.
Let me know if this is okay. You'll be up on stage with Stuart McGill.
Nice one. You are such wankers. Oh, wow.
You are very good on Instagram. Perfect synergy. It's the perfect fit for me. If there's a vehicle that's a perfect fit, it's a double-decker bus.
You will never, ever get me again.
Once again, it's 0476 399 828. Gus, give it to him again.
0476 399 828.
Yep.
So what is that number for?
It's Hugh Jackman's Australian mobile number. Now, look, son of a bitch, we've been trying to get Jocko on the show.
Yep.
He won't come on, so God damn it, let's take the show to him, people. Look, I know he'd love your feedback on all his films, particularly Australia. Did you think it went too long? Did you think it had no meaning?
It actually is his number.
Yeah, that's right, buddy.
0476.
I'm rattled.
Les Mis, mate, I just wish I could sing like you.
I think you are probably the hottest man in the world right now, just looking at your abs.
Big supporter of yours, mate. I loved you in Wolverine. I wasn't that keen of you on that Priscilla shit, whatever that was. I've even shaved my leg hairs and put them on the side of my chin, so I've got some serious Wolverine chops. I just wanted to pass that on.
Here he goes again, thrown under the bus. Time to laugh again. Let's get Gus. Celebrating the 2000th grill team, and it's great to have you back. Thanks for waking up with Triple M again, and not with Kyle and Jack.
Now, I believe we've got a surprise guest in just a moment, Maddie, but there's some breaking news this morning we need to get to.
A couple of big stories, page 21 of the Daily Telegraph today. The first one is from Jack Horton, who says the man who ordered 200 hash browns at 4:50 a.m. after furiously doing 4 laps of McDonald's drive-through because the nuggets were not on the breakfast menu.
It's about like $210.
Has been charged with high-range drink driving while waiting for his order.
Surprising, that's surprising.
That's a big one. That's a warning for the kids out there because I think the 200 hash browns sort of set alarms.
That's the dead giveaway. That's amateur hour.
What would you do with them? What would you be? Well, he didn't eat them all, would he?
I mean, he's the Robin Hood of Hornsby. He was going to hand them out to the homeless. All the homeless.
That's nice.
See, he's actually a good bloke. They should be applauding him.
But the second one, and this is a warning for all ladies out there, including you into the future.
If you're hungry.
Emma Freeman. Australian women have been warned against eating their own placentas following the birth of a child. They're saying that, it's...
It used to be very healthy. They told you to
not
barbecue
for the wife, but not when you ate it.
It says that potentially it could be full of harmful toxins and bacteria. So, Freo, I know how keen you were on eating your own placenta in the future. Don't do it, babe. Don't do it.
Okay, I'll just keep that in mind for when I have a child in 17 years.
It doesn't say anything about eating other people's placentas.
No. Yes, that's fine.
Or
it's show number 2000.
Or changing other kids' nappies.
That was a low.
And one of the highlights of the show is the amazing guests that have come in over the years.
Well, we played one earlier. We all forgot about Tommy Jones.
He was so good.
Brilliant. He was lovely man.
Yeah, what a lovely man. What a statesman.
Lovely man.
Here are a few other of the big guests we've had on the grill team over the years.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg.
Mark, I'm going to ask you a question here about Gus, right? I don't know what you guess, A, B or C. Gus Wallen's best friend is either A, Hugh Jackman, B, Russell Crowe, or C, John Travolta.
I'd have to say C.
Look, there was one night at band camp. We have rock and roll royalty.
Oh, yeah.
Meatloaf, welcome to the grill team.
You got any Rod Stewart stories?
Rod Stewart used to record all his records in this one studio, and when I walked into the vocal booth, I looked around the room. Everywhere I looked was pictures of men's penises.
Yeah, hey, this is Slash. Back in your heady days, when you were going nuts, and what was a typical day for you? What sort of stuff you get up to?
Like on the road, say the Eastern Creek days, right?
Exactly, Eastern Creek.
Get out, make a really big, stiff drink, and then just wander around looking for trouble to get into.
Caught up with Noel Gallagher a few days ago. It was before his Enmore Theatre gig.
Whose music makes you want to stab yourself in the heart with a butter knife?
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that would make me want to kill myself.
Jason Donovan, maybe?
Do you know what? I've got a funny story about him. I was out one night. My roadie, he was with me, right? And we're in a black Range Rover, and his name is Jason. And he went to park the black Range Rover in a car park, and he was coming to meet me outside the shops, right? So I'm waiting outside this car park, and out pulls this black Range Rover that I think is my roadie, Jason, right? As he comes up the street, he drives straight past. So I shout, Jason! Doing, right? And this black car pulls up, and it was Jason Donovan, right? And he wound the window down and he went, "Hey mate, how's it going?" I was like, "Fucking hell, it's Jason Donovan." And he's going, "You all right?" And I was going, "Yeah." And I was kind of thinking, what the is going on here?
Hulk Hogan has just walked into our studio.
Hey, welcome to the grill team, Hulk.
Well, you know something, maniacs? I was running all around Australia, and when I heard the grill team, when I heard the radio waves heating up, I figured I gotta come down here and see what these maniacs are doing. I walked in, the place is on fire. This is the Hulkamania grill team right here.
We don't get living legends in the studio much.
Well, just fortunate working actor.
We love you, mate.
Dan Aykroyd, welcome to the grill team, brother. Hey, Dan, what's life like for you?
It's all positive. I tell the story of Robert McNamara, who was the defense secretary in the United States. He was on the ferry boat one day going to his home, and a guy hopped out of an electrical closet and tried to throw him overboard.
And the worst we get is people yelling at you wankers.
Yeah. Well, you're beloved. They love the grill team.
Just off the plane from a huge movie set in Hollywood to a small, sweaty radio studio with three ugly blokes. The cast of the new American Pie flick.
Let's make this reunion our bitch.
Cheers. Are in here with the grill team.
Now, guys, one of the other iconic scenes during the film was, of course, Jim, Well, everyone talks about this. It's you having sex with the pie. Can I ask you, Jim, how many takes?
Oh, boy. Not enough, because I started to enjoy it. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
We all tried it after that movie. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, who didn't, right?
Of course.
Yeah, you let it cool off first, right?
Yes.
Before you got in there?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
That's the problem with that first rehearsal, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
This is show number 2000.
We are going to turn this company around.
Eventually.
Revolution Radio.
This is
the
one and only.
Oh, my God.
Triple M Grill Team.
The reason to get up every day. You make me feel so young.
Hello, Duggo.
Oh, how good stuff. Wow.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for listening, particularly those who have been with us since show 1 as well, many, many years ago now. It's a huge morning today. Jamie Angel, our boss, is going to come on. Of course, we're looking forward to as well the Rod Stewart story without the music coming in and ruining it and covering up the best bit of the story, the climax, as it were.
Oh, imagine the online engagement.
Yeah, gather the kids around the radio. It'll be uncut.
That's all that counts, mate.
Uncensored. But we've got some special surprise guests this morning as well. Cameron Smith called in just before, and I am told Max the Porn King is with a very, very special guest this morning as he makes his way into the studio.
Sweet Prince!
Stuart McGill is here in studio with us for the 2000 show. Hello, McGilla.
Oh, dear. I've made the same mistake twice. Can you believe it?
Stu, how you going, brother?
I'm wonderful. All the better for seeing you, Matty.
All the better seeing you, champion. Mate, good to have a superstar in the studio.
Finally.
At last.
Hey, fogging up. Have a go.
I have. He is fogging up. That's a new phenomenon. I don't know.
No, it happens a lot. It happens a lot.
Okay, Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather. Righto, boys. Let's go.
Good. Now, let's talk some ashes.
Yeah.
Can you believe we got to 2,000 shows, Stewie, after
Well,
how we started?
Especially not after starting with me. Look, I thought I'd do you a favour with the ratings and get out of here. So finally, now you guys are on fire. So well done, Matty. Mission accomplished.
You too, mate. How you been, brother?
Wonderful, as you can see. Physically, a very impressive specimen.
It's good. Now, what do you got on for the Ashes, mate? Coming up soon.
I'm
Always
actually,
a big time.
You part of the England setup?
Well, of course.
Yes.
You know, if you can't get a job with Australia, you go to England. I am going up to Brisbane on Sunday to work with the Spinners.
Yeah.
England A, the Lions, and so it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy.
It's exciting. It's exciting, mate.
I get paid by the minute nowadays, so
You're over the line with the Bangladesh job not so long ago.
over the line with a Bangladesh job, and then fell over sick. What's that all about?
You were sick.
I was sick.
Oh.
Fully sick.
Let's go back to
They're on their way
2001.
to being number one in the world too, the Bangers, too, mate.
If I were there,
I know.
obviously, of course.
Now, 2009, we all gathered. All
that how long ago it was?
all novices of radio, and
8.5 years.
Byron Cook. What's your memories of Byron Cook?
Where is Byron, by the way?
Awkward. Is he very awkward? Rubbish hats. He had the worst hats ever. But I see him on big billboards in Melbourne now.
Yeah, he's
Jesus Christ, really?
I've
He's
almost.
a superstar.
Are you talking about the Mornington Peninsula, Geelong, or actually Melbourne City itself?
Yeah. Illawarra. Hang on, that's not Victoria. What?
But we got Brian Lara in here once when early on days. When we
I'm
played,
glad you can remember it, mate.
What about the time, right? I'm going to ask you something, Stu. The time that you guys decided to be on air for 24 hours. I mean, what kept you guys awake for that long?
Red Bull.
Jamie Angel kept us awake. Thank you very much, Jamie.
I forgot about that.
24 hours.
I forgot about that.
Did
you do the night shift? You did the long one.
I think I volunteered for the night shift, which may not have been the smartest thing I ever did. But
that's right, 24 hours.
24 hours.
How'd you I mean...
I can't even remember it.
Do you know the worst bit in the morning? Jamie said to us, "Oh, and by the way, you didn't have to be here for 24 hours. If you just pressed this button, it would have been all over."
Yeah.
Thanks, James.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, Stu, thank you so much for coming in and saying good
My
day this
pleasure.
morning. We
Hang on,
were
you
sort of
Stu.
so on it, but Gus insisted that you come in and hang out with us and say good day for the
Do you know
2000
what?
show.
Stop calling me Gussie.
Yeah, I know.
That's all I got to say.
Hey, just quickly before we go, mate, have you got a wine you suggest for Christmas?
Yeah, all of them.
All of them together.
Stewie, so good
Thanks,
to see you.
Stewie.
Wouldn't
Good
have
on
been the
you, mate.
2000 show without a visit from the sweet one here on the Triple M Grill team. Live from the grill back in the day, the Violent Femmes on Sydney's Triple M. Here in the studio.
Mate, that was a great pleasure for me to see the sweet one. I've
How
never
good.
met the sweet one.
My
Take
God.
me, God.
Holy Julie.
I'm ready
finished.
now.
Well,
Yes.
over
What a
2000.
champ. Seriously, what a champ. though.
Yes.
Good
Thank
Come
you.
and do that this morning.
Mhm.
I mean, good on him. Good on
Good
you,
sport.
Stu.
Thank you, Stewie McGill. Now, over 2,000 shows in many, many years, there's been some very big news stories that are broken, often during the show while we're live on air, and here are a few of the massive news stories over 2,000 shows of the Grill team.
The Sydney Harbour Bridge was closed when a man describing himself as ex-military took on a daring protest, while the media scrambled to speak to the man who brought Sydney to a grinding halt.
A desperate Sydney man has taken the bridge to make a statement. He called into the Grill team.
How you going, mate?
Good, mate.
Hey, mate, where are you now?
Right on the centre, mate, right underneath the Australian flag, the state flag's on the other side.
What's this about?
Have you ever heard of parent alienation syndrome, Matty?
I have, yes.
It's child abuse. I've been subjected to it. The police have bought right into it. They've been played for fools. I've had a pretty bad run through the separation, Matty. I've tried to keep it as peaceful as possible. There's a major failure in the fact that, there's no one looking after our kids when parents separate and get divorced. It's time it all changes.
Look, we can hear how desperate you are. We ask you a couple of things, mate. We ask you just to be careful, pal. We know you're an ex-military man. In that way, we know you've given great service to the country. We know you're desperate for your own safety and everybody else's. Just a couple of big breaths, mate. It is, without doubt, one of the most heartbreaking and stomach-churning murders in recent times. 11-year-old Luke Batty was a cricket training when he was struck in the head by his father and then stabbed multiple times. Now, Anderson had been wanted by police after he failed to turn up to court on assault and threat to kill charges against Luke's mum, Rosemary Batty. And she joins us on the line. Rosemary, why would a father do this to his 11-year-old son, who he loved?
It's a selfish act from his father who wanted to die, wanted to take him with him. The worst thing that could have ever happened to me has just happened.
What appears to be the first terrorist attack on the United States since September 11th.
Yeah. A couple of bombs have gone off right at the finishing line of the Boston Marathon.
All of a sudden we heard two explosions.
It was so loud that I immediately knew something was very wrong.
Sent a shockwave through you.
Paralympian Kurt Fernley, who was there.
It's a bloody terrible thing, mate. It's just hard to put to words what you feel.
Some people just running along the street screaming.
Just seeing these massive people just running past us, mate, trying to get away from the blast.
These targets is finished. Not just at their weakest moment, but their most triumphant moment.
Evil. It's just absolutely evil.
As someone who was living in New York City on 9/11, it was like something I've heard before.
Make no mistake, any responsible individuals will feel the full weight of justice.
New South Wales finds itself in the grip of bushfire emergency again this morning.
Let's speak to MG now, boys. He's at the Wimberley Rural Fire Station.
There's an amazing orange glow just encompassing the whole valley, it seems. Every time that a big puff of black smoke comes up in the air, that's another house going up.
Mum actually got taken away in an ambulance last night. I was 10 minutes from the top of the road and gave her a call and said, Mum, I think this is pretty bad, you got to get out. And she said, yeah, I will. I called her back in 10 minutes time and she was just screaming in the phone, and she said that her and her neighbour were in our bathroom with the bath full, the shower running, the taps on, and they're just lying in the bath together, and they pretty much were just saying, I love you. And I'm a 21-year-old bloke, like I don't really, tell my mum I love her that often or anything, and mate, when you just think that that's the last time you'll ever hear from her, you just, that was just something I never wanted to go through again.
My husband rang me and said, I've got the dog and the rabbit, and the veranda was on fire when I left.
The house there at Hawkesbury Road, Wimberley, how long has that been the family home for?
20 years. It's got so many memories. I'm sorry, I can't talk anymore.
Look, we've just had some breaking news in here. I hope you're sitting down. I don't want to say it.
Yep, very sad news.
The great man himself, the voice of cricket for over 40 years, Richie Benno, has passed away.
From Channel 9, he's the head of sport there, and he's a terrific bloke, and he was close to Richie, and that's Steve Crawley. I reckon you'd be in shock at the moment, pal.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He was a funny bugger. He was great fun.
From here at Triple M, we send all our best to his family and everyone involved in cricket and who's known Richie over his long life. And
Absolute voice of cricket. Much loved.
Yeah, morning Inverell. That was Mariah Carey and Hero, a song that she wrote for yours truly after she almost drowned at Half Moon Bay, just outside of San Fran back in '92. I dragged her out of the frigidly cold water and gave her the old kiss of life. Angel. You're listening to Harvest FM, the sound of the wheat belt since '95. Now, how about a little bit of Huey Lewis and the News to take us up to the secret sound? And well done to Inverell's Kathy Limpton, who picked up last week's secret sound, which was me standing on a used syringe at Inverell Park. Let's listen again. Yes, well done, Kathy. You won $200. Now here's Huey with the power of love. Angel. PG.
Hey, Jamie, how are you?
Hey, mate, how'd that sound?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Top notch.
Yep, Yoda's still got it. Skywalker, hasn't he?
He
Still
sure
got his great stuff. MG.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, you? I had a dream about you last night.
Oh, what about?
We were at a beach together, and you gave me a shoulder massage.
I always do that.
I loved it. Guys, I'm calling to wish you all the very best for Show 2000. It's a show that's come so far. I remember the first Quill team we assembled. Remember that one? Guys?
Yeah.
The wrist-spinning wizard, Byron Cookie Monster Cook, league legend Mark Geyer. Love you, brother. And the fat bloke from Healthy, Wealthy and Wise.
Oh, Cassie. Get in his ear.
Oh, that's right. It was Gus. Look, Gus, no hard feelings. Good to see you back for Show 2000. No hard feelings, mate. I didn't want to sack you back in year 2, but you just weren't that good. And besides, I couldn't have the host of the show being caught wanking at the toga party by members of Mental as anything.
You didn't sack me, boss. I've been here from day one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's embarrassing. I suppose, mate, you're just like that piece of plankton, aren't you? You just hang on. This show, I suppose, is like the big sperm whale, and you're the piece of plankton dangling from a scrotum doll. Is that right? Just keep going along for the ride. You're a dick, maybe, Dick. Sorry, Guy Dobson just called you a low dog. He hates no one, but he seems to hate you, mate. But enough about you. Dobbo and I have a list of people we want to pay tribute to, if that's okay, with Wanky McWankface in there.
Yeah.
Paigey, would you like me to go through the thank yous, or should I just let the haters win on this one?
No, please go through the thank yous, Daddy.
Thanks, mate. I'd like to thank all the excellent executive producers over the years. Erica Hodge, if you're listening, Erica, well done. Rob Logan, he was good, wasn't he, MG?
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Matty O'Reilly, who I still believe wants my job. Of course, the brilliant Brad Hume. And bloody champion Matty White. Whitey, I love you, mate.
Love you, Whitey.
And, of course, my favourite, the Lee dog, Lethal Lee Coolman. Cool man, who did such a great job. Now, thank you to our promotions team, Tim, Jen and Frankie. I mean, where do you come up with the brilliant ideas like prick footy? Did you enjoy that game? The absolutely invigorating Sean Vanderhoning, who did the $1 million kick. Hey?
That was terrific.
Sorry, did you say something there, Gus?
No.
Hey? I'd be only fitting from the $1 million prick. And Paigey, the sunscreen record. No?
The sunscreen centipede, yeah.
Oh, yes. We're a record number of strangers rubbed sunscreen onto one another's backs. It was going great until a few of Wallen's teachers turned up. Then there was the world record nude streak at Panania Indoor Cricket Centre. God, I've never seen so many crook-looking cocks in my life.
You wouldn't.
I showed Moxie the photo. She nearly vomited. Yeah. Oh, hey, I wouldn't laugh, Wallen. At least they've got a cock.
Oh, my God.
Dobbo's laughing, guys. Dobbo's laughing. The father-son camp where Matty's dad Gary got blind drunk, insulted Wes Carr and fell on the fire. And, of course, the day we dropped the Harley-Davidson from 200 metres. What a day.
Yeah.
Close to the perfect promo. Only problem was it didn't drop on Wallen's head. Sorry, what was that, Dobbo? Good one. He said 2 birds, 1 stone. Good one, guys. To the many contributors over there, John Lehman at Large Lehman, the irrepressible Guy Moselle from Men's Health, Sandy Pintado from the Bible Maxim magazine. Sandy, if you're listening, go well, mijo. kid.
Yep.
Campbell Brown. Cheers, mate. Jamie Rogers, you're a bloody star, Roger.
yeah.
Of course, the show hasn't been the same since Joey John stuff coming in and mumbling his way through 2 breaks on a Friday. Thanks, Johnsy.
Yeah.
To Spook and Charlie. They came as your mates, MG, but now they're mates of mine.
Yeah.
You're a couple of dodgy but I love you, buddy. to Ian Matthew Magic, love you like a brother. Keep rocking the free world, and thanks for embracing this junkie. Angel. To our current producers, young Charlie, are you in there, Charlie?
Getting our coffees.
He's getting coffees. Well, that's good. Maybe he can get me an 8-ball while he's down there. But he's a super talented and a super kid, like a young Jamie Angel in the making. Jana, are you there?
I'm here.
Well, this show would be nothing without your tireless passion, enthusiasm, and goodwill. I love you, sister.
Thanks, J.A. Appreciate it.
Call me Daddy.
Oh, you'd like that.
Max, well done, son.
Thanks,
the
Daddy.
others may have doubted your ability to EP, but this show, I tell you, this show would be nothing without you. And me and Fitzy, we believed in you for day one.
Yeah.
Good job. You've got a huge future. Just make sure you bloody wear jimmies, mate. It can only burn for so long before it drops off.
It's not on.
Ugly Phil, Ben Becco, Jackie Maroon, audio engineer Mark, Santo, Phil Gemmo, Gleeso, Weasel from the Gong, Snitch, Lucky Angel, Dave the Slow Cook. And thank you all for making this show what it is. A complete nutter dog's breakfast.
Yes.
But it's my dog's breakfast. Pagey, I'm coming out of Harvest FM News. Just tell the listeners I love them, will you?
Yes, we will. Yes, Daddy loves you, everyone. Hang on a sec, everyone.
Okay. This is Jamie Angel on your Harvest FM. It's time for the Lost and Found in Burrell. Lost Blue Kettle know you answers to the name of Bluey.
Grill team, and it's great to have you back. Thanks for waking up with Triple M again, and not with Kyle and Jack.
Now, we've already had a look back at some of the best guests over the years, and still to come on the show, by the way, we'll have the Rod Stewart story in full and uncensored. So gather
I can't believe we're going to play.
gather the kids around the radio for that one. But,
or not.
Probably not, actually. Probably make sure
They're
kids are
at
nowhere
school
near
now,
the radio.
nearly
for that
9
one.
o'clock.
Yeah,
so.
let's
Make
play
sure
it
the kids
after
are in
9.
school while we do that one. Let's take a look back at some of the worst guests we've had over the years on the grill team.
Man, he's just exceeded himself at the moment. Of course, I talk about Steven Seagal.
We cannot wait for Maximum Conviction to come out.
Well, I mean, you know, hopefully you guys will enjoy it way down under, huh?
Can I ask you, what about you on Jean-Claude Van Damme?
I mean, listen, why don't we just talk about Maximum Conviction and not talk about people so we don't get into those kind of politics?
You're a jack of all trades, Steve. You do everything and you do it really, really well, mate.
That's nice of you to say. I'm just faking it. I do the best I can. What's the weather like down there in Australia now?
Oh, mate, it's actually pissing down outside. It's great to know that you're out there fighting the cartels, brother.
Well, we're doing the best we can, man. Doing the best we can.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
If you put a big bar between 2 trucks and you put a bench...
Oh, you can do it.
I don't train head anymore. I train a lot of isometry.
Yes.
I go all the way down and all the way up, and I stop in the middle.
Oh,
So
wow.
if you become very powerful.
All the action heroes over the last couple of decades, blokes like Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris, Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone. If you were all put in a cage, who would be the last man standing?
Who would be the last guy standing? Okay, hold on a second. How much you pay for the winner?
$1 million.
Nah.
10 million.
How much?
10 million.
10 million? I've got too many friends out there to be... No.
Please welcome to the Triple M grill team, the second man on the moon, Buzz Aldrin.
Good morning.
How far away do you think we are from walking on Mars?
I think Mars is in our future. There's no question about it. It's who, when, and how. And I've got some answers to that also. Oh, they're not unanimously.
Have another drink, mate.
A place, a time, and a plan. We thought we had a plan, but we revised it some.
Buzz here.
No, you can't,
And
What are we
it
gonna
was
do?
carried out
He's
successfully
lovely.
when we...
We started talking to Buzz before the break, and he's
But the
Still talking.
distances are so great.
Lovely man.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's right, lovely
the
man.
difficulty
He's
of
very passionate about
covering
this, isn't he?
those
Obviously.
distances, what we need.
How long
to
does a
get
person
people-
have to be on a show for before you can
But can
officially
we get
advertise that they are part of the show?
He's an interviewer's
And that
dream.
was
Just ask him one question.
Put your feet up.
Mission.
How long does it take to actually get to the moon? Like,
Supported. You know,
6
do you reckon he
days.
spoke the entire way through?
Oh, imagine poor old Neil Armstrong. Dead set.
No wonder Neil said, I'm getting out first.
This bloke here, boys, he eats things.
Well, he's the champion.
Yeah, hot dog eating champion of the world. Paulie Walnuts Walsh ate 12 hot dogs and buns in 10 minutes.
Oh.
In 10 minutes, Matty.
Have we got him on the line?
Well, he's right there ready to talk to you, buddy.
G'day, Walnuts. How are you?
Pretty good.
Now, mate,
Awesome.
how do you do it? I've got a big challenge coming up myself, and I need you to give me some tips on how to eat so much in such a small amount of time.
You got to dunk them dogs and eat them fast.
Look, Walnuts, when you went for your record, is there any method you went about, mate? What is there? Is there something you can do to jam those doggies in? Is there something Gus can do beforehand?
There's no preparing for it.
Walnuts, where does the nickname Walnuts come from?
They call me that at work as a joke.
Oh, do they? Now, you're a New Jersey boy.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome, mate.
What else have you eaten that's big? Hot dogs?
Nothing.
Just hot dogs?
Just like,
Just hot dogs.
is this rabbit?
How long have you been doing it for?
It was just as a joke. I just did that for the first time.
Now you're a world champion. Your parents must be very proud. Come on.
Oh, yeah, they're proud.
So our big friend here, Gussie Warland, he's about to eat a big steak. So, any tips for him on exactly how to eat a big steak? I know it's out of your regime a bit.
Too fast and shove it in.
All right, nice one. Paulie Walnuts Walsh, the hot dog eating champion. Good on you, buddy. Thanks so much for coming on the grill team.
Thank you.
See you, hot dogs.
Yeah.
This is another stupid jingle about the grill team.
Hey, I reckon it's a ripper. Yeah.
Thank you for waking up with Triple M again.
Yeah. And no Fitzy and Whipper, Flopsy and Whoopsie.
2,000 shows and it still kind of blows. The Triple M grill team.
We're outside the studio. Great crowd, you're right. And we've had some people come in today, but also everyone else is around Triple M at the moment who have just been a big part of our show. And Jamie Angel went through it about half an hour ago, all the beautiful people. So we won't do that again. But MG, there are some people we haven't quite thanked yet, and we really want to make sure we do that because they're the heartbeat of our show.
They're the bloodline of our show. Since 2009, in August, we started a show called The Grill Team, and since then, we've had people from Bondi to Blaxland, from Wyong to Wollongong. We've had people on podcasts. We've had people online listening to us, and that's the listening audience. Without you, we are nothing. We would be nothing, and we owe the last 2,000 shows to one group of people, and that is the listeners. Because without you, quite frankly, we are nothing, and we love you to death. And we want to just tell you how much we love you every day if we could. But why not use this as our 2000th platform to say that thank you for the last 8 years of tuning into the grill team, clicking on 104.9 every morning at 6 o'clock. To know that people down the street quote things from the show is the best ever type of recognition you can get, and it happens on a daily basis, happens in all walks of life, and again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you very much.
Absolutely. Well said, MG.
We really do have the best listeners anywhere in the world. And when my friends who might live not in Sydney or in other parts of the country, they go, "What kind of show is the Grill Team, and what kind of listeners do you have?" I go, "They are the best." And this is it's like a cult.
Yeah.
We have people who are all involved, and they know lines for lines. They know everything that we talk about on the show, all the ins and outs of.
Yeah, that's right, Charles Manson, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's right. It's a cult, Charles Manson.
Yeah, well, he's nearly dead. I might have jokes for him on Monday morning.
We've got a cake here. They're going to do Monday morning blues jokes about Charles Manson. I'm proposing that in the meeting after the show.
Okay.
We've got a cake here that is from Claudia from Sydney Smash Cakes. She has made us this magnificent creation for our 2000th show. You can go to sydneysmashcakes.com.au if you want to get your own. What you got to do, MG, I've got a rolling
Smash it,
pin
big
here.
fella.
Me.
You got to smash it because it explodes full of goodness.
Go hard.
Okay.
Pretend it's a head.
You ready?
Yeah.
We ready for this?
Yeah.
Stand back.
Everyone got their cameras ready for a bit of Insta snatch match and
Insta what?
Snap and scratch. Instagram.
Get this on LinkedIn and my face. Get ready.
Oh.
All right, you ready, MG?
Big hit.
2, 1.
Oh, he didn't muck around.
Oh my goodness, there's lollies
What's
and
inside?
chocolate and
Oh, that's
deliciousness
good.
everywhere.
Oh, look,
I'm gonna have
fake
that,
teeth.
yeah.
Oh my God. That's terrific.
delicious.
Well done. Gussie knows every single chocolate on this, so thanks to
yeah.
Sydney Smash
Yum.
Bakes and
Thank
Claudia
you.
for sending that along. A great creation to celebrate our 2000th show.
Well
Paige.
done, guys, and thank you very much to the studio audience for coming in this morning.
How
Love
good.
you guys.
Are we done, Paige?
Very much appreciate it. We're not done, Gussie, because you know what we haven't done yet.
What?
In its
wow.
entirety. We've got one more live at the grill track this morning. It's Slash and Miles Kennedy with Patience. Then we're back with the Rod Stewart story here
Wow.
on Triple M. It's 9:11. Anyway, thank you very much again to everyone for listening through all 2000 shows.
Yeah.
We love you. It's just about time for us to go. But
except
Matthew Johns, before we go, there's one thing that has never gone to air in its fullity here on the Grill Team.
Yes, the Rod Stewart story, and this is going to be a real weight off my shoulders. No matter where I go, and this has been, I was in an airport in Mexico City, and a guy came up to me and said, Matty, can you give me the Rod Stewart story?
Yeah.
So I can put it to bed now for you. I'm going to tell.
Are you comfortable with this? Because it's a bit controversial. It's definitely over the line. I wouldn't say it's on the edge. I think it's over.
I'm comfortable if Rod's comfortable.
Yeah,
I'm comfortable.
Now,
Let's
I tell
do
you,
it.
just in time, we've got our live studio audience page. We've got Max out there with studio audience. G'day, guys. How you doing?
Yeah, well, what a good-looking bunch of men and women. They are.
Really?
Yeah.
You were calling them degenerates before.
I'll put my glasses on now.
Okay.
Would you guys like to hear the Rod Stewart story in full? All right.
Here we go.
Deep breath.
Oh, this has been a long time coming.
So to speak. Now, Rod Stewart, what an artist, I have to say. You know, started off with the Faces. He and Ronnie Wood spawned into an incredible solo career.
Wake up,
And I
man.
think it's fair to say during the 70s and 80s, where he hit his peak.
None hotter.
And he was the hottest artist in the world.
Big deal.
Late 70s, the biggest nightclub in the world was Stringfellows
Yep.
in London. That's where all the beautiful people went to. And on a particular night, Rod was there and he was cutting the rug.
Was he? He was just dancing up a storm.
Might have been in those leopard skin spandex.
Yep.
Who knows?
Yeah.
If you think I'm sexy, yes, we do.
Yes, we did.
And he's up there and he's dancing, he's going nuts. Anyway, suddenly Rod, as the story goes, he collapses on the dance floor. And there's panic stations. I mean, who knows what's happened?
Yeah.
You know, is he okay? Because 70s is the era of uppers and downers and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Not saying that Rod was doing that, but that's what they suspected.
Yes. Yeah.
So they've scooped him up and they've rushed him around to Soho emergency ward, lay him out on the table, and they said Rod Stewart's there. Yes, of course it's Rod Stewart. What's going on? We don't know. So suddenly they put an apparatus on him, and in absolute desperation they start pumping Rod's stomach to get out the content of Rod's stomach, whatever may be the problem. And out of the great Rod Stewart's stomach came 16 ounces of
Semen. Hey, Matty, sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, Paige.
Sorry, there's some semen here. There's some sailors from the USS Launceston visiting us out in the thing. So we've got to say good morning to those guys today. Hello.
Ahoy!
Hello, guys. Hey, guys.
How are ya?
Hey, Timmy.
They're manning those ships well, aren't they,
Thank you
Paigey?
for your service, gentlemen. Thank you.
Coming all the way this way
We
for
love
our
you.
200,000
Yes.
show. So thank you very much.
Anyway, Matty, I'm so sorry for interrupting. What was the end of the story?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I've lost my chain of thought.
Can't get enough of these idiots. Get the Triple M Grill Team Catch-Up Podcast now from the Triple M app. Jump to it.
The Grill Team, Gus, MG, and Matty Johns.